Ooh, pretty colors. Well, you might not be able to tell if they're pretty colors or not, but it's a nice shade of blue. Okay, so some of you might have been able to figure out this is a power bank, and in this case, it's made by a company called Iniu. I believe it's Iniu. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but the front indicator light is like a paw print. I thought it was a nice little decoration. I'm not sure if it has any significance. If it does, somebody can leave me some comments down below. I didn't see where it had any particular significance, but other than being a nice design on it, make it aesthetically pleasing. It is pretty solid. It feels heavy duty. It's very firm, very thick. I don't want to say thick as in bulky. I want to say it feels good in your hand. It doesn't feel like a cheap piece of plastic. It's a 100 milliamp power bank made by Iniu, and there's a couple things I like about it and a couple things that I don't particularly care for. One of them I did like was the indicator on the front that I thought was pretty cool. It tells me exactly how much of a charge I've got. There is a little flashlight indicator that you can see by clicking twice on the little button that's on the side. That turns on. Click twice more, it turns off. There are a couple different things that came with it. One being the little mesh bag here. Pretty sturdy. It's not your cheap fabric, and it looks like it's pretty well put together and pretty well made. So, and of course, it's branded. Everything so far on here that I've seen looks like it's branded. The charging cable and all that stuff included. The charging cable is a Type C to Type A USB, and again, it's branded. There is another little pigtail. It's a flashlight module. This is one of the things I'm not really fond of, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the charging time on this, from no charge at all up to full charge, is about 6.5 hours. Now, there has been a little bit of variation in that, and there has been a little bit of variation in how long it takes to charge my phone in particular. I've got a Galaxy S10 Plus, and one of the reasons why I bought it is, first of all, I lost one of my chargers, and second of all, the other one crapped out on me. So I found this one on Amazon, and I'll leave a link. It's not an affiliate link. But I found it on Amazon for about 20 bucks, and it was additional, I think, $4 off, so I got it for like 15 or 16. And so I figured, what the heck? It's only, I'm only losing a little bit if I go ahead and order it and I don't like it. The 1,000 milliwatt and the 1,000 milliamp hours comes out to about 36 watts, so you can take it on a plane. You can put it in your carry-on because I believe planes tap out or top out at 100 watts. You can't take anything more than 100 watts on a plane, so this will be just fine. Like I said, takes about 6 or so hours to charge up from dead all the way to full charge. And when I was charging my phone, it took anywhere from I would charge it anywhere from when the phone was on about 40% to the phone was on about 60%, and it'd usually use about 20% of the charge on the charger, and it would take it would tell you on the phone. It was pretty consistent with what came out of the wall outlet. Maybe just a little bit slower, but one of the things that it does say on here is that it's a 3 amp charger on the when it's charging something out. It's a 3 amp, and most of your wall outlets, even the fast chargers, are like 2.1 amp. So I figured it would charge a little bit quicker than something coming out of the wall, but it charged about the same, and that itself was pretty consistent. One of the things I did not find that I found that I did not like or didn't care for, that I thought was a little inconsistent, was that the second time that I completely charged this, my phone was on about 25%, and it used almost 80% of the charger to recharge it. And I thought that was a bit odd because I don't think that would have taken nearly as long on or as much power I would have thought coming out of the wall. I checked the connection to make sure about halfway through because I thought it was a little bit strange, but sure enough it was all connected, and it did take longer to charge, and it did eat up more of the battery power. Now after I charged it again and it went back to normal. If anywhere from, like I said, if a phone was down to say 40%, 50% or whatever, it'd take up about 20% of the power on here, a little over an hour to charge, and it was fine. So the charging times seem to be a little bit consistent. I did read a few reviews that say that after a couple weeks, they started having problems with it, so we'll monitor it. But it's already been about 2.5, 3 weeks now. So I've been charging it and using it pretty consistently, and I haven't really had any issues except for that one inconsistency. So I'm not really upset about that. Like I said, the paw print shows you how much of the charge you have. Each one of those is supposed to represent about 20%. Each one of the little lights there, and I'm not sure how well that shows up. Maybe that shows up a little bit better. One of the things that I did not care for is the flashlight. Now, this little pigtail for the flashlight does fit right in, and it does flash, and it's very, very bright. But I believe it's turned the wrong way, because when you first plug it in, of course, that USB-A fits one direction, and of course, that is going to shine right in your face. I would have much rather this been tilted the other direction, and I guess if I can try to manipulate it around, but it feels like the normal position of it is flashing right back in your face. So if you guys are watching and you think that there's anything you can do to make a product better, turn this around so the natural position is facing that flashlight away from your face when you try to plug it in. Because especially with the battery indicator on one side, you don't want the flash or the light shining the same direction as you're trying to look at that indicator. Just my thought on that. The two USB-A connectors on the front, like I said, they're 3 amp each. The other thing that I did like about this, not only the flashlight thing where you twice on, twice off, but this USB-C is not only charging or to charge the unit itself, but you can charge from the unit to do this. So if you've got, say, a Type-C to Type-C, you can use that as well on here. Obviously, the Type-A to Type-C that came with it will charge most things with a Type-C on it. But if you've got, say, you're trying to charge an additional product, or if you're trying to charge something and all you have is a Type-C to Type-C, it charges that. You can charge the unit from this, and you can charge your phone or your tablet or whatever from that Type-C connector. So I thought that was pretty cool itself. Like I said, I did read a couple of reviews that weren't great, and I will kind of keep my eye on that. It's already been a couple weeks, but I'm going to keep trying to use it, and I found that I'm using this more often now that I'm trying to test it to try to see what's going on. But that was one of the concerns I had. But overall, the construction is pretty solid. I like the way that everything was packaged. I like the way that that I've got the cables that came with it. Everything's branded. They want to make sure that you're not... How many times you go when you find a charger to something, you've got no idea what it's to. And you look on it and there's no brand name, no nothing. Well, all these are branded. So you're not going to forget that this is the charging cable that went to this. So, or the flashlight attachment that went to this. Or the bag that went to this. All these are labeled. So that was pretty cool. But I had it, I was using it, I kind of like it so far, and so I figured I would go ahead and share the information with you guys. I'm not sure which platform I'm going to put this video up on first, or if I'm just going to put it up on one and not the other, or whatever have you. Yes, it's going to be YouTube and Odysee, but anyway, I will get this posted soon. But overall, I like the unit so far. It's doing exactly what it told me it was going to do, or what the product promised it was going to do when I read the thing on Amazon. And I can't really complain so far. I will keep you guys posted whether it fails or not. I'll pin a comment or something like that if I have the same problems that somebody else did. But for the time being, that's all I got about it. So if you liked the video or found it helpful, or you're looking for a battery charger, that might be one you consider. If you didn't like the video, thought it's garbage or whatever, you can thumbs down or dislike it. But don't forget to tell me why, so I know what to change next time. This isn't something I normally review, so I don't know if you guys like anything like it or not. And don't forget to visit me on the other social medias. So I do have other stuff going on, like I've got the Dell Optiplex I'm still working on. I got the GT730 with a 4 gig of memory that we're still working on, and a few other things still up in the air that we're working and working toward and trying to get out and get done. So I promise I'll get those as soon as I can. But in the meantime, I thought I would let you guys know about a pretty interesting product I found. So that's all I got for this time, folks. So until those other videos come out, I'll see you later.